Yeah. Big Merc One.
Welcome to another episode of Once Broken, hosted by No One Down Apparel and Hope. Here we have one of our very first interviews, actually, which is with an amazing group called Rap to Recovery. I just realized this, actually, that rap stands for Rhythm and Poetry to Recovery. So thanks so much for sitting down with me, guys, and I look forward to learning more about your group. First, could you tell us what made you come up with rap and poetry? I love that. So tell me a little bit more about that, and then we can kind of get into it.
When I came up with the whole Rap to Recovery and came up with the acronym for it, it took me getting sober to really think about the whole thought process of my recovery and understand how I'm going to make it through this recovery. And I know that I've always made music, so I knew that rapping had to be a part of my recovery. So I sat there and I thought about how I could make this not only an opportunity for myself, but an opportunity for a lot of people to be able to showcase their talent and use music as a therapy tool. And I didn't want to just have it more generalized and compressed into just one genre of music, because I know music is the universal language for everybody. So I wanted to really mix every genre into this organization. And so that's when I made rap an acronym, because I know that rap stands for rhythm and poetry. And that's what every genre of music really boils down to, is rhythm and poetry. So that's what I did, and it turned out great, and I'm excited to see where it's going. It's already came such a long way in the short period of time that we have been in operation, and we're just really hopeful for the future and excited about it.
When I rolled up, you told me how you came up with the name. You got to tell everybody, because I love that story.
Yeah, rap. I was sitting in jail, and I was sitting on the top bunk, and I would write daily reflections in my notebook, and just kind of write about life and how I'm gonna cope, and how thoughts trigger me to feel certain types of ways, and so I just sat there and I wrote Rap to Recovery in my journal, and I remember as soon as I wrote it, I got excited about it, and I started jumping around, and I was showing people, and they were like, "Okay, that's cool," you know? I was like, "Yeah, but like you guys understand that, like, this is something right here, you know?" So.
That's awesome, man. That's so cool. And then so when we were also kind of talking before this, you painted a picture of what you wanted, Rap to Recovery to be. And I couldn't remember if you said you wanted to be a nonprofit status, do that. So what is your vision? What's your 4 or 5 year plan for where you see Rap to Recovery?
Honestly, 4 or 5 year plan. I mean, the vision, this is what it all starts with. I just want to embrace people and their creativity through music, because in my road to recovery, what I did is I got out and I dropped the first song that I did. It was called "Stay Away From Me" since I got sober, and I recorded it on my phone. I got feedback from it, and all the feedback I got inspired me enough to get back on the horse and start really chasing this dream again after falling off for 7 years. So as soon as I did that, I figured, why not invest in myself? So I bought a $300 little studio setup, and I started actually recording music again to the best of my knowledge. And I just kept getting feedback, and I started making more music about my recovery in it. And I sat there and it hit me. I'm like, this is vital in my recovery and in my future. So me thinking like, okay, like that's how I can help other people, is like give them studio time if they can't afford it. Or at any kind of rate or whatever, we're figuring all that out right now. I'm considering doing it for free if you need somewhere to go and be creative. Like it's not about like, yeah, we're a nonprofit organization. I am trying to embrace and help as many people as I can through music. And if they want to, we have meetings music meetings every Saturday.
Where's your meetings at?
At the Clearfield Davis Behavioral. And they're from 6 to 8, where people can come and we talk. We sit in a nice little circle and we talk about things like, how did you give us some dirt on what triggered you, and I want to know how this song that you're about to play or perform for us helps you get past all that negativity that you was just struggling with, and I want to know how this creative writing process and performing arts helps you without getting high,
And I think it's a good thing to point out right now that at those meetings, we like to steer away from introducing yourself as an addict, someone who's necessarily in that negative manner, So we like you to come in and introduce yourself as you're an artist, you're a guitarist, you're a vocalist for a band, you're a rapper, whatever it is, in a positive light, because that's what we need to focus and follow on as addicts and as in recovery, is focus on that positive, so we're not labeling ourselves as something that has had such a negative impact on our lives.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel that 100% because like I know how it feels when you're going into them NA meetings. And I remember the first time that I went into an NA meeting, I didn't like introduce myself as an addict, So I stood up and I said, "Hey, my name is Bryce Canancer and I'm qualified to be here."
I qualify.
And it got kind of weird. Like I just felt the tension.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would I don't see anybody standing up and saying, "I am cancer." I am this, I am that. Like don't label. If you're gonna label yourself with anything, why would you label yourself with something that completely ruined your life?
No, I get that. My recovery is a product of a 12-step group.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I don't care, man. We talked about this too. Like, I don't care how someone gets sober. It's none of my business.
Yeah.
If they're leading a happy life and they can move through that, and their family's okay with it, their family's happy, their close friends, family, coworkers are happy, then you won. Good for you.
Yeah.
But if you're doing something in your life and you're not happy, the people around you aren't happy, you can't hold down a job, like, that's something you might want to look at. And that's what I love about doing these interviews and the new group I started, is just shared experiences, to where if you can identify with those experiences, it will hopefully prompt you to want to ask someone who had the same experiences, how the hell did you get through it?
Yeah.
And they'll be able to tell you exactly how. And that's, one more thing I want to touch on too is, music has always been a big part of me. I remember every detox I ever went through, I listened to something, to occupy my mind, whether it was bluegrass, rap, oldies, goodies, like it didn't matter, but something that I was able to cling on to, that I felt a connection with, a message with. That was something that got me through some of the worst times in my life, where I thought I was just going to be broken forever. But because of that positive, that positive energy, it helped me get through that. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing. And did you want to add, you said?
Yeah, and I think that's really a big thing for me, is because in my recovery and everything that I've used, music was always there, and I listened to every genre of music there is. So as Rap to Recovery is developed and growing into this thing, and it really shows me that, music can reach out to everybody. You don't go up to someone and be like, "Hey, do you like music?" And someone's like, "No, I don't like no music." Like, get out of here. You like some sort of music.
Whether it's tapping your feet or whatever, you like something. There's gotta be something.
We're gonna reach out to such a broad expanse of people, because music will reach every single person on this planet that can hear. I mean, I guess if you're deaf as well, you can read the lyrics.
No, even then,
it's poetry, rhythm and poetry, anything that has a vibe and you can latch onto. If it helps, it helps.
Yeah, even then, think of Beethoven, right? Wasn't he deaf?
Yep.
He played some of the best music we've all ever heard. So it doesn't matter if you're deaf, blind, dealing with some disorders or whatever, the feeling, whether you have to physically feel it, hear it, or whatever, the feeling that invokes is the thing that really is the universal language
Of mankind.
Yeah.
It is.
Period. Yeah.
And that just leads into everything with this nonprofit. We want to be able to help people, and we want people to be able to express themselves. And there's a lot of people really trying in their recovery who have so much talent. I've met so many recovering addicts through my recovery and in life alone, that are so many talented people who have beautiful souls, and these are great individuals. And they don't have the means necessarily to put their music down, get a CD made and everything. So we'd like to invite everybody out to come and express themselves and share their music. Come to our groups, get it out. Whatever you've got inside of you, it's going to help you recover. It might help someone else. Get it out, express that, and use it for your recovery. And you can follow us on our Facebook page and Instagram.
You can find us on all major platforms. Right now, the music's under all the music that I've released so far is under my name is Dynasty 801. What the vision that I have with this is this is a selfless act I'm trying to do. Not only am I trying to get people to embrace their creativity and gain the confidence to be able to do this in public, because that's exactly what I'm gonna have everybody doing is I wanna be able to take people, get them in the studio, get their message heard, just like I'm doing. And I want you guys. Eventually, I'm gonna be able to book artists, bring them here, and have you guys open for headlining artists, along with myself and everybody else that wants to really change their life with this movement. This is more than an organization. This is a movement. Like I'm trying to have everybody rise up out of the ashes like some phoenixes and blow this world away, because, hey, we all go. Whoever's made it out alive needs to speak for the ones that are no longer alive, due to the fact that everybody has dreams, and a lot of people don't make it out of addiction like we have. And I'm just trying to embrace everybody's creativity and dare people to reach their full potential.
Dude, you got me so hyped right now. I'm going to jump on this microphone. That is, I feel that. And just be, because, man, I messed around with, so my background was in singing, acting, and poetry long time ago, like before I burnt my life to the ground.
Yeah.
And you got me feeling like I can do that again. Like,
Yeah.
I love that, man. And so I invite everybody out here, follow them, like their stuff, and contact them, man. Even if you don't put something down on a track, just get it out there. Because I know for me, every once in a while I'll go crazy in my head and I'll go on a long drive, put some good music on, and I'll just start screaming, I'll sing, and I'll let it out. And by the end of that time, I feel better. I feel some sort of way. I feel different than when I was feeling bad.
Yeah.
So contact these guys, get in the studio, put something down, even if it doesn't get released or you don't want it to get released, just let it out there and let the universe do the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down with me. Is there, if you could say one thing, especially this podcast is called The Once Broken.
Yeah.
Anyone who's feeling broken right now and just feel like they're in that constant state of brokenness, regardless of where they're coming from, what would you say to them, you think?
I got something perfect for them. Never ever give up and never give in.
There's always a better way. You can always get it. You can always find something else that's worth going for. Life's out there. You got to go and get it.
Period.
I love that.
Yo,
man.
with sobriety, you'll always win. Never ever give up and never give in.
You trying to plug some raps in here? I love it, man. I love it. That's awesome, guys. And also remember, if you right after this, I was able to get them to let me put on some of their sounds here, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to be posting at the end of this a song that has not been released to the public yet. So stay tuned for that. Also, guys, remember, No One Down Apparel, 20% of everything sold goes to helping people get into treatment, detoxes, help the still suffering. www.noonedown.com. And what's your guys' website?
R2recovery.org.
Boom. Love it. Check them out. Let's all work together to keep no one down. Once broken doesn't mean still broken. I love you guys. Be good to each other. Remember, guys, all No One Down apparel items can be bought online at www.noonedown.com. 20% of everything sold goes to help the still suffering. So please like and share our content, follow our page. Also check out our new Facebook group page, The Once Broken, hosted by No One Down, where a lot of these podcasts can be found. Also, and here's the big one, if you or a loved one is suffering from an addiction, or you just need further resources and information about the disease of addiction, please contact the Steps Recovery Center. I left their phone number in the middle page of this podcast. And as promised, here is a sneak peek at the not even released yet new song by Rap to Recovery. Keep no one down, guys.
Yeah. Big Merc 1 from the 801. It's a Utah thing, nigga. East Layton, stand up. Yes, sir. Yo. On my new woo shit, can't defuse this. Ticking time bomb, boom, catch shrapnel once my fuse lit. Only chosen few spit, rhythm and bars, puff trees. Niggas ain't up on my pedigree, I'm dancing with these stars. World knows who we are, we kick incredibly dope shit. Yo, Merc 1 and Dynasty incredibly focused. Reminiscing on the days I used to move that dope quick. Top Gun, Tom Cruising, mass confusing, nobody moving. Asked out on the floor, I'll leave they whole privileged and dismantle my weapon. Never ever lost that ounce of fluid. it. Lyrical terrorist, verbal tyrant. Where he come from, shit M1 dog, yo, he been reppin' Zion. Why they smart iron? Me and me are kisness, and God is my witness. They fuck around or rack around, bap. Unsolved mystery, Kush got me in that trap, daydreaming, look of disbelief. For course shit, big boss nigga, for that dough I stay scheming. Fuck what that cost is, my triple beam stays leaning. So I stay scheming, plotting, straight up out my mama, not from Compton, bodies dropping, but I'm still Utah like John Stockton. Yo, I had the ball, it was my only option. I'll never fall, but I'm free falling like Tom Petty, but I'm headed off into the sunset on horizon, bumping in the Chevy.
Pushing heavy till we break the levee of the game. Spitting octane, ignite the flame from within the window. When they say stop, I go all in, no stalling. Destiny been calling my name way before I started crawling. I hit the ground running, right with pain, no frontin'. Sincere reflections of a man with a plan to blow like C4. My flow causes mass destruction, push one down, they all fall. Domino repercussion, ain't no touching us, we bound to bust in God we trust in. Keep the faith inside you, never lie until the day I die. I stay buzzing like the bee from the hive. Always strive to be the best is my reply, no lie. Kicking game on the fly, only the strong survive. Did the crime and the time, face the demons made of mind. It's all a state of mind. Crunch time, I'ma shine. Blind them all with the rhyme. Blind them all with these rhymes.
So, if you ever had a destiny, I suggest that if you have $1, please invest in we dynamic duo, heavyweight just like we sumo. Ballin', free fallin', nigga numero uno. Had to go ahead, mask up for that fast buck and get this bread. I'm passing up all these haters over in they own lane. Strive to maintain, had to come and bless the microphone with this game.